Hi there everyone, it is currently going into the 1st of May 2013. Today we've actually been closely watching two areas of interest. One is Invest 92W spinning up here south of Guam. Does it have a center of circulation to make it a tropical depression? Well, if it does, it's very, very weak. ASCAT imagery earlier in the day showed a very slight circulation here along the southeastern portion of this big bulk of convection. But winds around this circulation are really right around 10 to 15 knots. Nothing intense. Actually, the bulk of the highest winds are off here towards the north-northwest due to that gradient interaction of this low with the high pressure aloft and basically the west pack high a little bit farther off there towards the north. That, if anything, will keep this area in check. This is actually from JTWC, expecting a low chance of tropical development in the next 24 hours, but that is actually upgraded from a nothing that they had here just 24 hours ago. Also, tropical cyclone Zane on the map here. We actually put out a video update for this about 12 hours ago if you want to go check that. But like I said, a vertical wind shear likely going to keep this in check. 30 to 40 knots right along this northern periphery. Right atop of the center of circulation, it's around 5 to 10 knots. So allowing for that diffluence aloft really just to support the system and the big bursts of convection we've seen. And right now, ECMWF actually does pick up on this big burst of convection. We see a center of circulation here. Well, as we go through the next several days, though, actually about the next 24 hours, it pushes off here towards the west, but it really just gets interacted with that vertical wind shear, and we see really that's the remnants of it right in here. And as we take a look at the vertical wind shear at the same time, I do think that it's just going to tear this thing apart. And really, you're going to see that influence, and then also we're going to see an abundant amount of air flowing into this from the north. You can see it trying to pull the moisture out of the south, but is it going to compensate? Well, at this time, model outlooks look rather grim. Are we going to have our first named tropical system of the year in the coming week? Highly, highly doubtful. Do I think it could possibly turn into a minor tropical? Possible, that being it'd be called a tropical depression from JMA, but not really getting any stronger than that, just putting it on the map here as a TD. So definitely want to continue to watch this. If anything, if it does not get picked up by this upper level trough off here towards the north, which will likely pull it off there towards the north as well, it very well could bring a bulk of some heavy precipitation across the Philippines by early next week. For now, though, the easterlies just really keeping things dry and hot here at this time, as the bulk of the convection is farther off there towards the east. Where we are seeing heavy rain is across this band here in southeastern China. Winds up to 90 kilometers per hour today in Hong Kong and also southern Kyushu. At the time of making this update, you actually can see that squall line pushing across the southern Japanese islands, and radar imagery really shows this very distinct line of thunderstorm activity cruising through here. You're going to be seeing some lightning out of this, possibly some gusty winds as it does continue to push overhead. Don't think it's going to be as severe as we saw in Hong Kong. You can kind of see the squall line falling apart. The bulk of the worst weather, though, in this, it really does look like it's going to push over Naha there towards the south. So we're going to continue to keep an eye on that, but the thing about this one, look how thin it is. It's going to be one of those short time ones that just cruise through in about 10 to 15 minutes. And more than likely, by the time you're watching this, that is over with. Let's talk about what's going to be happening after that storm pushes off there towards the east. Actually, this is going through your Wednesday. Chance of a shower or two around portions of Tokyo here, but as we see that move off, cooler air filters in, much sunnier skies. Seeing some moisture pulled out of the IndoChina Peninsula, though we're going to see some pop-up thunderstorms across much of Cambodia and Vietnam going through your Wednesday into Thursday. Really high pressure dominates much of Korea and Japan, except here in southeastern China. Let's take a look into the weekend. Look at that. All week it actually stays relatively clear. Southeastern China, though, by Friday you start to see those showers develop again, and then the next system starts to develop, really next big one. We're still seeing lingering showers off here towards the north, little minor troughs and minor disturbances pushing through on and off much of southern Japan and South Korea. Even the Kanto region, you're going to miss most of that. It's this one that we want to watch there going through the weekend and early next week that could pop up and bring some more flooding rains here and eventually push off there towards Japan. But nothing really strong in the forecast, and as we actually scroll through the entire GFS model here, our TD or possible TD really doesn't come to be in this model outlook as well. So that is all for right now, everybody. Thanks again for watching here at westernpacificweather.com. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please post them in the comment box down below. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. Bye.